You know what breaks my heart? Listening to men in their 50s and 60s tell me they've tried everything. They're taking supplements religiously. They're following the advice they read online. And yet, morning after morning, they wake up feeling just as drained, just as disconnected from the energy and vitality they remember having. Here's something most people don't realize. When it comes to supporting your body's natural repair systems, it's not just about what you take, it's about understanding how your body actually uses those nutrients, and more importantly, when it needs them most. Well, I'm Dr. Nerea Wolf, urologist and pelvic surgeon, and if you're someone who's concerned about maintaining healthy circulation, preserving your energy, or simply feeling like yourself again, stay with us. We're here to help you understand what's really happening in your body with clarity and compassion. Today, I want to share something that many of my patients have found truly helpful. It's about 2 specific vitamins that work together with magnesium to support your body's natural nighttime restoration process. And by the end of our conversation, you'll understand exactly why timing matters just as much as what you take. Understanding your body's natural repair window. Let's start with something fundamental that doesn't get talked about enough. Your body runs on an internal clock. Every single cell, from your heart to your brain to the lining of your blood vessels, follows a rhythm throughout the day. During daylight hours, you're in what we call an active state. Your body is burning energy, managing stress, keeping you alert and responsive. That's important and necessary. But here's what many people don't realize. That's not when your body does its deepest healing. The real restoration happens at night. When you settle into sleep, your body shifts into a completely different mode. Your blood vessels begin to relax and open up. Your heart rate naturally slows down. Your brain starts clearing out metabolic waste that's accumulated during the day. This is also when something really important happens with your circulation. During deep sleep, your body increases production of a molecule called nitric oxide. This is the compound that keeps your blood vessels flexible and responsive, ensuring good blood flow to every part of your body, including areas that matter for intimate health. But here's where things get challenging as we age. This nighttime repair process doesn't run automatically. It needs specific nutrients to function properly. Think of it like an orchestra. You can have all the musicians in place, but without the conductor giving clear signals, the music doesn't come together. That's where these 2 vitamins come in. They act as signals, telling your body when and how to begin its repair work. Without them, you might sleep for 8 hours and still wake up feeling like you haven't really rested at all. The role of magnesium and why it's not enough on its own. Now, let's talk about magnesium for a moment because it's become incredibly popular, and rightfully so. Magnesium is involved in hundreds of processes in your body. It helps your nervous system calm down, it supports muscle recovery, it even plays a role in helping you fall asleep more easily. But here's what I want you to understand. Magnesium, as valuable as it is, can't do its job in isolation. It's like having the best tools in a workshop, but no blueprint to follow. Magnesium needs other nutrients to tell it where to go and what to do once it gets there. This is why so many men tell me they've been taking magnesium faithfully, sometimes for months, but haven't noticed the improvements they were hoping for. Their energy is still low. Their circulation hasn't gotten better. They still wake up feeling tired. The missing piece isn't more magnesium. It's the companion nutrients that activate magnesium's effects. And there are 2 in particular that stand out from all the research: vitamin D3 and vitamin K2. When these 3 nutrients work together, something remarkable happens. They create what we might call a synergistic effect. Each one amplifies what the others are doing. D3 helps produce nitric oxide for better circulation. K2 makes sure calcium goes to your bones instead of building up in your arteries, and magnesium supports the actual cellular processes that allow both vitamins to work properly. Vitamin D3, more than just a sunshine vitamin. Most people think of vitamin D as something related to bone health or maybe immune function, and yes, those are important roles. But vitamin D3, the active form your body actually uses, does something far more profound. It actually functions more like a hormone than a vitamin. It activates genes throughout your body that control everything from blood vessel function to hormone production to cellular energy generation. One of D3's most important jobs is supporting your body's production of nitric oxide. This is the molecule that signals your blood vessels to relax and open up. When nitric oxide levels are healthy, blood flows more easily to all your tissues and organs, including those involved in intimate function. Here's what happens after age 50. Your skin becomes less efficient at making vitamin D from sunlight. You might spend less time outdoors. Even if you do get sun exposure, your body doesn't convert it to D3 as readily as it did when you were younger. The result? D3 levels quietly decline, and with them, your body's ability to maintain healthy circulation. Research from major institutions like the National Institutes of Health has shown that men with low vitamin D levels tend to have stiffer arteries, reduced nitric oxide production, and more difficulty with maintaining healthy testosterone levels. It's all connected. But here's the important part. When you supplement with D3, especially in the evening hours, you're giving your body exactly what it needs during that critical nighttime repair window. You're turning the lights back on, so to speak, allowing your repair systems to function the way they're designed to. Vitamin K2, the silent director. Now let's talk about vitamin K2, because this is the nutrient that almost nobody knows about, yet it's absolutely essential for men's health. Here's what K2 does. When you consume calcium, whether from food or supplements, your body needs to decide where that calcium should go. Ideally, it goes to your bones and teeth where it belongs. But without adequate K2, calcium can end up in the wrong places, particularly in your arteries. Over time, this calcium buildup makes your blood vessels stiffer and less flexible. Think of it like old garden hoses that have become rigid and can't expand anymore. When your arteries lose their flexibility, circulation suffers everywhere, including in areas that affect intimate performance. K2 prevents this by activating special proteins in your body. These proteins act like traffic directors, guiding calcium to your bones while sweeping it away from your arterial walls. Studies published in medical journals have demonstrated that people who take vitamin D without K2 can actually see increased arterial stiffness over time. But those who take both together maintain healthier, more flexible blood vessels. This is why K2 is so crucial for circulation and overall vitality. It's not doing anything flashy or dramatic. It's quietly working behind the scenes to keep your cardiovascular system functioning smoothly. Why timing matters more than you think. Here's something most people never consider. When you take your supplements might be just as important as what you take. And this is where the real transformation happens for many of my patients. Your body's repair systems follow a specific schedule. Between roughly 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., you enter your deepest restoration phase. This is when growth hormone levels rise, when your brain clears out waste proteins, when your cardiovascular system gets a chance to reset and repair itself. If you take vitamin D3 and K2 in the morning, they're competing with your stress hormones. Your body is in go mode, not restore mode. Much of what you take might get stored or simply excreted without being used effectively. But when you take these vitamins in the evening, about an hour after dinner, you're working with your body's natural rhythm instead of against it. You're providing the raw materials right when your repair systems are most active and receptive. This is also important because vitamin D3 is fat soluble. That means it needs a small amount of dietary fat to be absorbed properly. Taking it with or shortly after a meal that contains some healthy fat, like olive oil, nuts, or avocado, ensures your body can actually use what you're giving it. The same principle applies to magnesium. The form matters too. Magnesium glycinate is particularly well absorbed and has a calming effect on your nervous system, making it ideal for evening use. Other forms, like magnesium oxide, can cause digestive discomfort and aren't absorbed nearly as well. How these three nutrients work together. Let me paint you a picture of what's happening when these three nutrients come together at the right time. You finish dinner, which includes some healthy fats. About an hour later, you take your supplements. Vitamin D3, around 5,000 international units. Vitamin K2 in the MK7 form, between 90 and 180 micrograms. And magnesium glycinate, typically 2 to 400 milligrams. As you settle into your evening routine, these nutrients begin to be absorbed. The fat from your meal helps D3 enter your bloodstream. K2 starts activating those calcium-directing proteins. Magnesium begins to calm your nervous system. When you fall asleep, everything aligns. Your body recognizes that it's time to repair and restore. D3 signals increase nitric oxide production in your blood vessels. K2 ensures that calcium stays where it should and doesn't build up in your arteries. Magnesium supports the enzymes and cellular processes that allow both of these vitamins to do their jobs. Throughout the night, your cardiovascular system gets a chance to reset. Your blood vessels regain some of their flexibility. Your mitochondria, the energy-producing structures in your cells, refuel and regenerate. Even your hormone production begins to rebalance. This isn't magic or marketing. It's simply giving your body what it needs, when it needs it, so it can do what it was designed to do: heal and restore itself. What to expect, and when I want to set realistic expectations here because I think honesty is important. This isn't an overnight transformation. Your body needs time to respond and rebuild. In the first week, many people notice improvements in sleep quality. You might find yourself falling asleep more easily, staying asleep more consistently, and waking up feeling just a bit more refreshed. That's your nervous system responding to the magnesium and your body beginning to align with its natural repair rhythm. Around weeks 2 through 4, circulation changes often become more apparent. Some men notice their hands and feet feel warmer. Morning energy starts to return. There might be subtle improvements in areas related to intimate function, like firmer morning responses or increased natural interest. By 2 to 3 months of consistent use, this is when many of my patients report significant changes: better overall vitality, improved mood, sharper mental focus, and renewed confidence in their intimate health. That sense of feeling like yourself again, which you may have thought was gone for good. The key word throughout all of this is consistency. These aren't medications that produce immediate dramatic effects. They're nutrients that support your body's natural processes over time. Think of it as gradually turning the volume back up on systems that had been running too quietly. Supporting this process with lifestyle. Now, while these vitamins can be incredibly helpful, they work best as part of a broader approach to your health. Let me share some practical suggestions that can amplify their effects. First, think about your evening routine. Try to finish dinner at least 2 to 3 hours before bed. When you eat too close to bedtime, your body is still focused on digestion instead of repair. Keep your evening meal balanced with good protein, plenty of vegetables, and those healthy fats that help vitamin absorption. About 30 to 60 minutes before bed, create a wind-down routine. Dim the lights in your home. Turn off screens if you can, or at least switch them to night mode. That blue light from phones and computers suppresses melatonin, the hormone that signals your body to begin its repair work. Gentle movement in the evening can also help. I'm not talking about intense exercise, just light stretching, a relaxed walk, or some deep breathing. This lowers your stress hormones and helps your cardiovascular system transition into rest mode. Hydration matters too, but timing is important. Try to have a glass of water about an hour before bed rather than right before lying down. This keeps you hydrated without causing sleep disruptions. Finally, pay attention to your mental state as you end the day. Stress and anxiety can override even the best nutritional support. Consider taking 3 slow, deliberate breaths before sleep, or writing down one thing you're grateful for. These small practices signal to your body that it's safe to rest and repair. Food sources that support these vitamins. While supplements can be helpful, especially for addressing deficiencies, there's real value in getting nutrients from food as well. Let me share some dietary sources that can complement your supplementation. For vitamin D3, fatty fish are your best bet. Salmon, sardines, and mackerel all contain significant amounts. Egg yolks are another good source. Having these foods 2 or 3 times a week can naturally support your D3 levels, though after 50, most men still benefit from supplementation as well. Vitamin K2 is trickier because it's not found in many common foods. Fermented foods are your primary sources: natto, aged cheese, and sauerkraut. Even small amounts of these foods a few times per week can make a difference. K2 is also produced by healthy gut bacteria, which is another reason to support your digestive health. Magnesium is more widely available. Leafy greens like spinach and kale, nuts like almonds and cashews, seeds, particularly pumpkin seeds, and even dark chocolate, the real kind with at least 70% cocoa, all provide good amounts of magnesium. There's one more category of foods worth mentioning: those that support nitric oxide production naturally. Beets, pomegranate, watermelon, and citrus fruits all contain compounds that help your blood vessels produce more nitric oxide. A small glass of beet or pomegranate juice in the afternoon can work beautifully alongside your evening vitamin routine. Important considerations and when to seek medical advice. Before we finish, I need to address some important safety considerations because while this approach is generally well tolerated, there are situations where caution is needed. If you're taking blood-thinning medications like warfarin, vitamin K2 can interact with these drugs. You'll need to discuss supplementation with your doctor and possibly monitor your levels more closely. If you're on blood pressure medications, be aware that these vitamins can naturally support healthy blood pressure. That's generally positive, but it might mean your medication dosage needs adjustment over time. Keep in touch with your healthcare provider. For anyone with kidney issues, magnesium supplementation requires medical supervision because your kidneys regulate magnesium levels in your body. Start gradually, begin with lower doses, and build up over a week or two. Pay attention to how your body responds. Any persistent digestive discomfort or unusual symptoms should prompt you to adjust your approach or consult a healthcare provider. Let me be very clear about what this protocol is and isn't. This is not a replacement for medical treatment. This is not a cure for serious erectile dysfunction or other medical conditions. This is not appropriate if you have severe hormonal imbalances that require specific therapy. What this is a natural way to support your body's existing repair and restoration systems. It works best when combined with healthy lifestyle practices, good sleep habits, regular physical activity, stress management, and nutritious eating. If you're experiencing severe symptoms, if you see no improvement after 2 to 3 months of consistent effort, or if you have underlying health conditions that concern you, please see a healthcare provider for proper evaluation. There's no shame in seeking help, and sometimes professional medical care is exactly what's needed. Moving forward with confidence. Here's what I'd like you to remember from our conversation today. Your body has remarkable healing capabilities, even after 50, even after 60 or 70. But those capabilities need the right support, the right nutrients, given at the right time. Vitamin D3 and vitamin K2, working together with magnesium, create a synergy that supports your nighttime repair processes. They help maintain healthy circulation, support your body's natural nitric oxide production, and give your cardiovascular system what it needs to stay flexible and responsive. The timing matters. Taking these nutrients in the evening, about an hour after a balanced dinner with some healthy fat, aligns with your body's natural restoration window. You're working with your biology, not against it. Give this approach a fair chance. 30 days of consistent evening supplementation, combined with reasonable attention to your sleep routine and overall lifestyle. Notice what changes: better rest, smoother energy, improved circulation, quiet confidence returning. That's not wishful thinking. That's your body finally getting the support it needs to function the way it was designed to. And that makes all the difference. Remember, you don't have to accept feeling tired, disconnected, or less than yourself as inevitable. Your body wants to heal, it wants to restore. Sometimes it just needs the right tools at the right moment to do exactly that. And as always, please remember to take care of yourself because you're absolutely worth it.